Hey hun, okay, so here is my program and here is Minnie with the balloons. And if I zoom in, you can see these are all the stitches that go around everything. And you can see like how the curves go, like all of these are all the different stitches. So here it is on a 5x7 and I can shrink it. It's not a problem to get it, well, usually the program's kind of picky. Sometimes it just doesn't want to shrink. But, oopsie, a little bigger than that. Okay, so this is almost the size of a 4x4. Could go like a teeny bit. Come on, program. And bigger, bigger, bigger. Okay, so right now you can see down here it's 3.79 inches. It can go to 3.91 and still fit in a 4x4 hoop because it's not exactly 4x4. Of course, now the stupid thing won't get big. Oh, there, it's close. Okay, so, but look when I zoom way in, do you see how all of these stitches are overlapping on each other? And like there's her hands. That's never going to stitch out because it's going to get thicker and thicker with the thread. And also like you can see these like creases things right here. Like I can take some of those stitches out and make it not overlap. You can see where it overlaps like on the stitches. Sometimes, oopsie. Okay, I can take another one out. Okay, so that opens that up. Then it like gets bunched up right there, so I can move some of it down to try, oopsie, to try to get it to stitch out better. But like a lot of it, her hands aren't going to work. And notice her mouth now is down inside of her face, and just the stitching order of it, I can move it up. Oh, but then it gets on there. I can go to like the sewing order. Where's her mouth? There it is. And I can shrink her mouth, but this is kind of the thing that then it starts getting like out of proportion to everything else because it can't go in the order it needs to go. And her hand, like I could take out some of it and just make it have less detail more or less. I can just kind of move these around. But like this right here, do you see that there's the hand and then this part of her hand and then her arm and her dress and it's curved right there? It's too tight and it's not going to actually be able to get in there and it's going to have a big huge pile of stitches. And oh my goodness, yeah, all of these under here where it's all overlapped too. That's not going to work. You're never going to be able to get that to work. And like then you can do it as like the realistic preview. And it doesn't look that bad. Okay, her hand doesn't look the best. But like it doesn't look that bad, but see how like big around her face stitches are compared to her, and it just doesn't really come out especially well if it does stitch, but most of the time you're probably going to end up breaking a needle in it anyway. That's the actual size of it. So that's what ends up happening. I can try it. Sometimes machines will get through it, sometimes they won't. It's hard to say. But that's what ends up happening. You end up breaking a needle or jamming up underneath, and if you jam up too much underneath, you can throw off like the timing on your machine if it like really can't get through and gets stuck, and then you have to service your machine. So if that happens, oh good heavens, it's just an absolute nightmare. So that's the deal. Let me know what you think.